Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of Daily Stock, we are going to consider the financial aspects of the Athletica company, the Lululemon Athletica Inc., which is a provider of the athletic apparels and accessories. We are going to look at its earnings for the recent quarter and also the stock's performance over last couple of months to see if there are emerging opportunities for us to trade and invest. This company has been in a expansion mode for last couple of years, and it has been continuously gaining ground, opening more stores across the world. It is also expanding aggressively in the Asia Pacific in recent quarters. It has added new stores in last quarter as well. We are going to see its earnings first. This is the quarterly report which was filed in the last month. If we consider the financial report of the company, you will see that the company has been consistently profitable and it has been able to maintain its operating margin as well. In the recent months, when the inflation was running high, that was quite a challenging thing to do. And athletic wear is a accessory of choice. It is not something you need all the time, but it is more often comfort wear. It is more often leisure wear, which you are comfortable buying when you have spare cash, when you have extra money. And since the many families who are affected with the higher inflation and higher cost of living. We also had the cost of living crisis in many of the developed countries. So, in that context, if the company has been able to maintain its market share and maintain its profit level, then I think it is sign of it being able to not only hold the ground but gain market share, gain customers, and remain apparel provider of choice for many of these customers, many of the people. If we look at the statement of income, you will see that the net revenues have grown, and if we look at these growth in the revenues, you would have expected similar jump in the net income as well, or at least gross income, but that didn't really happen, and that was mainly because the cost of goods sold was also on the higher side, and so was other charges. Because the cost were on the higher side, it didn't really translate into jump in the net income, even though the revenues have gone up. But the company is spending aggressively to expand in newer territory and open newer stores, so that is adding into the capital cost and other related expenses. So that is also one of the reason why the margin has been affected. And over the quarters, over the years, the things are likely to stabilize, and then once its store operations stabilize, we will see jump in the operating margin as well. But given the challenging macro environment, if the Lululemon was able to maintain its profitability and even in this challenging environment deliver these EPS, which is not very different from prior EPS, then I think that is a commendable job on the company's front. Coming to the operations of the company, here the gross profit was on the higher side, but then the selling, general, and administrative expenses were quite high compared to the prior quarter, compared to the prior year. Actually, this is for the third quarter of financial year 2022, and this is for the quarter ended 29th October 2023. So over the year, the company's expenses have also gone up, and as I said earlier, also it was driven by higher inflation. Now, if we look at the cash flow statement, the cash flow has also stabilized. For the same period of last year, there was huge cash outflow, which was resulted which was resulting in cash and cash equivalent running quite low. But in the last couple of quarters, we have seen that the cash at hand has grown steadily. If we look at the decrease in the cash and cash equivalent in the last quarter, which is quite less compared to what was happening till last year. So the company has been judiciously managing its cost, managing its cash, and because of that, it has been able to hold its contingency reserves, and it is sitting in a comfortable cash position because there is always a requirement of cash at hand for any company to operate. And when its cash reserves were dwindling, that was also a matter of concern for the investors. But now, with its cash position getting more comfortable, we have seen that many of the investors which were on the fence have also now started to jump ship and get on with the bandwagon, get involved with the company. And in recent quarters and recent month, the share price has also risen steadily. And even in the ongoing quarter, it is trading higher than it used to be for the same time of last year. So we are now going to shift our focus to uh, its stock performance. Is the charting with each candle break defined at hourly, which we can utilize for figuring out the trading opportunity over short term. And in this week, since the start of year, it has declined somewhat from 510 to now around 490, but it is more of an correction from these recent highs it had touched in these rally. If we look at its performance since the release of its earning in the first week of December, it has risen quite a lot. It was running 10% higher, and on the higher side, it has simply gone in a consolidation phase, with it consolidating around 500 for last couple of weeks. And after finding resistance, it has now corrected below 500 again. But I feel, given the overall picture remains bullish, we have good reasons to believe in the continuity of this upward momentum. But of course, we will have to also stay cautious. And I think if it drops below immediate swing high, which is there around 480, then we will have to adopt a wait and watch approach rather than going for a new investment in current scenario. Because if you are a short-term trader or investor, you want to get out by making quick profit. But given this corrective phase, it taking closer to the prior swing low, I feel we will have to adopt a cautious stance here and wait for better opportunity. So if you are a short-term investor, then this is not the right time to go for a long trade in the stock. Now we see what is the development on the medium term horizon. In the medium term, it has rallied strongly over last couple of months. And if we look at the price prior to the release of its earnings, particularly till October, it was consolidating with this range close to 360 to 400, and it spent a couple of months over there. And after not many sellers emerged. It again shoot short on the higher side with this breakout above 400, propelling it to 500. And now I feel that in the coming months, it is likely to spend considerable amount of time hovering close to these levels, and I'm not really expecting any sharp decline. But for us to capitalize, we also have to go with two possibilities, that it is going to keep rising or it might even simply go sideways while holding its current level. So, in these two eventualities, if we are to profit, we will have to also make sure that the risk reward ratio is favorable. So, I feel that as long as it is holding the ground and maintaining the price level above and close to 450, then we can be fairly confident of getting involved and going for profitable trades with adaptation or buy on dip strategy. So for us, we are going to watch out for its current price movement, and if it continues to dip and declines towards 450, then as and when it stabilizes and finds support closer to that price range, we can get involved for the newer trade. But right now, it is starting to decline after having touched this new swing high. So we will have to give it more time for it to stabilize and provide us more clarity on this price front. So even though the outlook, the business outlook is positive, is quite supportive of further expansion, further growth, I feel that right now is not really the time to get involved. Maybe it is the time for us to sit on the sidelines and allow for more clarity to emerge. And then, just like the case with the short term, even in the medium term horizon, it is going to be better for us to simply adopt a wait and watch approach. The outlook is not really going to be much very different for the longer term horizon as well, because here also we have seen this solid rally, and after these immediate swing high established around 518, it is seeing some correction, but it is a more of a short-lived correction in my opinion. And in coming weeks, in coming months, we will see the stock stabilizing on these higher levels and then providing us with the opportunity to buy and get involved for the further rally on the higher side. So the buy on dips remains the preferred choice for me on all the three horizons. But maybe the time is yet to come. Maybe it is going to be better for us to allow it to stabilize and consolidate first, and then as and when it provides us favorable opportunities with good risk reward ratio, we can indeed take our chances and go for the new trade with the expectations of the further rally beyond the immediate swing high of 518. So that's my take looking at the fundamentals as well as technicals of the Lululemon Athletica Inc., which is the apparel maker of choice for many people across the world now, and I think its products are likely to be preferred by the people looking for comfort as well as style in coming weeks, coming months, coming quarters. So it is a stock to watch out for. That's all from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback, and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous day ahead. See you next time around. Till then, goodbye.